Hey everybody, what's up? This was definitely a weird day. I took a screenshot earlier in the day just to kind of prove it was weird. There's the opening high, opening 5 minute candle, right? It takes out that high, then it takes out the low of day, then it takes out the high of day, takes out the low of day, then it takes out the high of day again, low of day again, high of day again. Really bizarre action. You don't see that very often. Um, but we ended up going out, and I'll show you 5 minute candles. We ended up going out at the highs. So we had a strong run at the end. I'm kind of peeved at myself because I missed a great trade in LAC after hours. I'll just whine about that real quick. And then I actually mentioned this as a possible swing trade around 540, I think. Even though I don't swing trade, I said if I was a swing trader, I would take a position right around here. And I'd already be out my swing trade. That would have been amazing, right? But anyway, I also wanted to watch it over today's highs because we had that bottoming tail in the daily. In after hours, and I started to make the video, and then I watched it rip, and then I put in an order to pull back. And anyway, I never did catch it. A little annoyed, but anyway, this is on watch tomorrow. But now we're going to have more than likely a big gap up, and it takes some of the oomph out of it. I liked it as a potential long just because of the bottoming tail and closing green and all that. Closing green, when I say that, I mean above its open today. So anyway, that one's on watch. AIIO is on watch. Biggest, let me rephrase that. I got to slow down. One of the biggest volume days since it IPO'd. Not the biggest, but maybe the third biggest, and closed pretty close to the high. So tomorrow, if it breaks today's high, and I did have a trade in it today, but it wasn't anything to write home about. Today's high was 265. If we break that tomorrow, then you look to the left and say, hey, we might get to all-time highs over 282, and then you do that, and anything's possible. So that one's on watch. SPCE, nice volume today and up near recent highs. I like the looks of the chart. ACB is one of the pot stocks. Quiet inside day after the big day yesterday, looking for a third day play. Same with YCBD, another pot stock looking for a third day play. HOND is one of those small nuclear modular reactors plays, and it had a nice pop today on volume on a decent headline. So I do want to watch that one. DNUT, which is Krispy Kreme. It's kind of trying to break out of this recent range, right? So I want to watch that one. ZURA, very strong day. Went out, it's really extended, but we're going to keep our eyes on it. I will say, God, I hope I don't get this wrong. I think it was Frank that posted this flag right here below yesterday's high right there. Posted this flag. And it ripped if you got that flag break. I didn't, but that was a great post. And if it wasn't Frank, I apologize to whoever it was. I'm going by memory, and we all know how my memory is. NUVB, also nice volume with another potential chart catalyst at that 409 spot. So we'll see what it does tomorrow. BENF, I actually called this one as a yellow line play today. And people mock my yellow line. Some people do, some of you love it, but look at that. Look at that bounce off the yellow line. It absolutely ripped. I've seen that way too many times to ignore. Love the yellow line plays. Anyway, that one, strong day. So we're going to watch it tomorrow. CDLX, I'm putting on bounce watch. Strong stock, Citron play. And now we've got a couple red days back down into the 8-day, which it bounced off of back here. So treating that like a bounce play. RZLV goes back on bounce watch because we got another red day. And it was just on bounce watch coming into today. Whenever I have a bounce play and it doesn't trigger, doesn't give me any kind of setup, and it puts in another red day, I throw it right back on bounce watch. ALB also down about $10 in 2 sessions, another lithium play. Couple more, let's see. IONQ goes on bounce watch, 5 days in a row down near the 20-day. Certainly could turn back up tomorrow. That is a quantum computing play. And then I didn't type that right, DVLT. Still extended to me, but had a big run, and now we got a couple red days. That one might turn back up tomorrow. That's it for me. I'll see you guys in pre-market, and we'll add some gappers to the list. Have a great night.